Hi, this is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of Kitmaker Network and ArmorAmmo.com, and welcome to another episode of Cracking the Box. Today we've got for you the new kit from Rye Field model. This is the second release, major release from them. They released some kind of accessory item, I think as 5002. This is RM 5003, and this is another Tiger 1, but this one is has the distinction of having a full interior in the kit. So this is a Panzerkampfwagen 6 Ausf.E, early production with full interior. Panzer Battalion 503 Eastern Front 1943. And we're going to assume that it shares some obviously similarities with their original Tiger release, with probably some noted corrections and changes that I believe they actually looked at some of the criticism of the first release, some minor issues that they hopefully have now faithfully fixed. And on the box here it says accurately produced full interior, highly detailed photo etch parts, faithfully reproduced details. I think that's where I got that from my brain anyways. Workable torsion bars and workable tracks. This is not a toy. An assembled model kit. Cement not included. I love all the standard things. As I pointed out in my Cracking the Box, or not Cracking the Box, my mail call video, this one has the distinction of being a really, really tall box. This has got to be quite a bit taller than the average box at practically 5 inches. Not sure how many centimeters that is. Sorry, my tape measure does not have metric on it. I live in America, where we don't do metric, which is kind of stupid because I learned about it in school and then they just didn't do it. And it was really, really dumb. So now I don't really know the standard sizes that well. Like I always, how many pints are in a quart and all that stuff? Because they didn't teach us that stuff when I was in elementary school. They just taught us the metric system, thinking, well, the metric system is going to be it, so we won't teach them all the other things. All right, so back to the kit at hand. As you can see, I've cracked the box. Oh, let's look at the other side here. They do have that unit on the front with some nice illustration detail. And let me see if there's any other cool information here. Color info and box art by AK Interactive. They did the box art too, huh? They've got some nice detail shots of the CAD here, as you probably saw a minute ago. Let's go ahead and delve into the box, though. All right, so right off the bat, we can see there's a Tiger 1 sprue here with some internal and external parts. Actually looks like mostly internal radio, looks like some transmission or engine parts, transaxle, steering wheels, all sorts of little details here. And then moving on, the next sprue, again, more internal parts, it looks like, fans and motor parts, various stowage bins and things like that for the interior. Next we've got a jerry cans and some external parts, probably here, tools and things like that, some external storage bins. Then we've got the inner ring detail, I think, for the turret, the platform area that the crew stands on for the turret. Lots of little details here. Most of it looking very good. I see no production issues. Apologies, I'm not taking this out. I could take each of these out, I suppose, and look at them without all the crinkly plastic. And I have to take them out anyways at some point, so... But yeah, let me get a better look here. Yeah, you can see generally lots of small pieces. There's the ring I mentioned. And the platform with proper texturing and so forth. So moving on, I wish I could remember the prior release in detail to see, oh yes, this is the same sprue from the prior release. I don't have an eidetic memory though, so I'm not going to remember every little detail like that. But you can go back and refer if you're curious what things they may have changed on each of the corresponding sprues on here to see what potentially might have gotten changed. I am seeing a lot of that very nice detail though work, like on this piece. Let's see if I can get it to cooperate and focus. And nope, there it goes. Yeah, little well detail like here where my fingernail is, stuff like that looks very nice. As anyone who saw my original review of the Rye Field Tiger, inaccuracies notwithstanding, which some people pointed out some issues that needed to be corrected because, as I've said before, there are no perfect kits out there. And again, Rye Field has addressed some of those. I'm not sure how many of them are how much in detail, but obviously this is a good example here. This piece and this piece are essentially the same piece with parts that are reassigned on this top part, and then parts that just aren't here. But the drive sprockets and so forth are here. The tow cable is there, but with a slightly different layout. So either you have 2 tow cables on each side, and one each has a different layout. Here you can see, I'm trying to get in there, get the details. Come on, camera. Yeah, anyways, you can kind of see what I'm talking about there. But yeah, they both have different patterns for the cable. But those sheets are obviously very similar. And then we have one that's the mostly again. So here's some of the things I guess I'd ask. Did they, this looks like maybe one of the original ones from the first kit, and so they have a second external facing for the drive sprocket there. Is there a change? It looks like there is. It looks like there's a center cap change. Now, some of this could just be the difference between the initial production, right? The first kit was initial production, and this one is early. So you think early and initial would be pretty close to the same, but it's possible. Obviously, Tigers did change. Again, not a Tiger expert. I'm going to be passing this kit over to Adam Mann. If you haven't been following some of his reviews that he's been doing for us, he's a YouTuber, has done quite a few reviews on kits on YouTube, and he's going to be doing some kit reviews for us as well, and this is one kit that he's going to get and do a full build of. So he'll have a lot more insightful stuff than me, because, say it with me now, I'm not an expert on the Tiger. All right, so there's the top turret detail. Again, looking very nice here with all the weld marks around it. Very clean. Again, not sure if this is the same piece. It is missing a piece over here, which I don't believe came off in the bag, so I guess on this one it doesn't have that piece. It's got looking like a 2-piece muzzle brake here, or at least maybe a 2 or 3 piece. And continuing on, we have the tracks, which some people love and some people hate. Love them or hate them, I guess would be the kind of thing in response to modelers. I'm not sure I could ever love these, simply because they have so many parts and so many pins and guide horns, and I mean, there's guide horns, there's pins for each track, and then there's the tracks themselves. So these are just the guide horns, pins, and the tool they give you, which is this little tool here to go ahead and try to basically put a section of tracks together. Wow, camera really not cooperating lately. I am on the just really close to replacing this thing. And as my old-time followers of the channel know, or who watch the videos on the sites, yeah, the only reason I haven't replaced this webcam is because there really aren't a lot of great webcams out there. This is one of the top Logitech webcams on the market, and yeah, it just... Alright, so here are the individual track links. I think I had the same problem with this the last time I did this. Trying to get just one out, you can't really do it. It's like they're all locked in place. They all want to come out together. It's like, we all want to go or nobody's going. Alright, fine, you're all going then. So these are in individual, well, not individual, they're in linked sets with a section there you're going to have to cut apart. So, there's work there. You're going to have to cut those apart. Then you're going to have to put the pins in and the guide horns on, and yeah. Oh, wait. This could be that piece that fell out. It's a part of the commander's, or one of the hatches, which are the commander's cupola, I guess. It's got some viewports in there. I do have a lot of light coming through the window right now. Maybe that's not being beneficial to me. You'd think the more light would be the better for the camera, but it does seem to have issues with too much light as well as too little light. But see, that seems to work better. Road wheels, I'll go ahead and put pictures of those up if you want to get better detail, but probably similar to the initial release, I'm guessing. We've got a set of photo etch and decals and wire for tow cables, I would assume. So interesting that they have the tow cables in plastic as well. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this copper wire is for something else. But yeah, there's 2 sections of copper wire in there. And we've got a set of decals and markings for looks like about 4 different variants there. 323, 314, 311, 331, and 321. 2 different photo etch sets, which this does say RM5003, so this is a specific set for that one. And this one I can't read because I think it's turned up. No, I can. This one also says 5003, so, and as well as the decals, but I knew that. Hull. I like the fact that they're using the resealable bags. Very cool. Wish everybody would use these. I think they just make a lot more sense if you want to pull something out and then potentially pull it back. Of course, how many people do that when they build a model? I don't know. I do it, obviously. I'm not sure any changes were made on the hull, but I'll, again, put some photos up for it. The detail looks very good, even the under detail here. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you get on this kit that is you know, it's encouraging. Even that I think would be covered over, wouldn't it? Those, I'm not sure why those pinholes are in there. It does come with a sufficient amount of, because the interior is included, obviously, which is a good thing. But I think this actually came with the other kit too. But now it makes sense. All this ammunition needs to go into the interior, so they give you lots of it. And then there's a clear set here with the Commander Scopola glass. I guess it goes into the inside, as well as some other glass lenses or viewports. And then the last sprue we have is the top section of the tank. Again, nice looking well detail. Let me take this out. Much plastic opening there. I will skip over that part, I'm sure. But again, as I pointed out, like this, you know, you get nice details on this. I mean, the surface detail is just, you know, metal. So you're not getting anything there. It's not like that Tamiya Firefly release with all the cast kind of detail. But since this was all, I'm sure, heavy plate metal that was welded together, there wouldn't be anything like that. But yeah, you know, let me go ahead and just quickly cover the instructions, and then we'll show you some photos and get this thing wrapped up quick, because I know that we want to pass it over to Adam and get him going on the full. He'll do probably an unboxing kind of review, and then do a build, most likely. All right, so first off, they do a parts overlay here. Let's see if they show us unused parts. No, they don't. That would have been nice, probably, to gray out some of these and say, well, these are from the other kit, don't use these. Unless these are completely different, you know, and again, I think he has that kit, so maybe he'll be able to comment on that. The original release, I don't know if he's built it up already, but he could have already, I assume. Maybe. So they do include some nice CAD internal diagrams here for painting, which I'm not sure why you'd go to those on the second page, but still, they're very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. That's very cool. And then they have the AK, I don't think those were provided by AK, but obviously this page with the paint markings on the outside was provided by AK Interactive, and showed different AK paint colors that you could use to paint the tank. Right off the bat, they go into, well, not right off the bat. I gotta stop saying that. Next, we get to the step-by-step process of the step-by-step process of showing how to build the kit, obviously. Duh. Yes, that was me smacking myself. Yeah, trying to look for, there's a lot of detail here. Look, I mean, they're just covering just the inner command ring or inner turret ring with all the various pieces that kind of hang off that. You can see the internal detail of the kit is going to be pretty high level here with all this interior detail. I can't speak today. I don't know what it is. It's just my brain is not quite functional. You know, I should do other reviews first before these bigger kits. Maybe that would like warm me up. But unfortunately, this is the first one I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, again, showing a lot of nice detail here with the overlay, top-down view, as well as the, you know, the illustrated line art pictures. I think they're definitely showing some attention and care to detail in the instructions here, which is, for a complex kit like this, is really needed. So yeah, no, it looks fairly straightforward in terms of just, you know, Tiger build. And seems to wrap up quickly though. Maybe the external parts are not as complicated. They do show, like, this is what they show for the track assembly. So that, you know, that works, I guess. And at least the pins are connected to the original parts, so you can kind of put those together quickly. I'm not sure why they didn't make the same arrangement for the top. See, what they've done is they've allowed you to clip these off. So, right? So why didn't they do that for these? Because it would have been nice to you know, to layer glue for, say, what is it, 3 of them? 4 of them. For 4 of them, and then I suppose you could clip these off potentially, but I don't think they're spaced properly, so that's not going to work. And maybe that's why they couldn't do it, because of the spacing. They couldn't get the plastic construction to work for that kind of close spacing. But it would have been nice if they could have done that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at some photos, close-up photos, and we'll come back and conclude. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed the preview of this new second major release from Rye Field model, the Tiger one with full interior. As I said, we're going to be passing this over to Adam Man for a full build, a detailed build, and he'll be doing that on his channel as well as ours, and we'll also post it up on Armorama, of course, when they become available. So you can follow that, though, anywhere you'd like. And please leave a comment or feedback if you would like. We'd love to hear anything you have to say about this kit or other kits or anything in general. I really like it when people talk it up in the comment section. Really, it does. I see so little bit on our websites as much as we used to. Our forums used to be bustling, and I think it's the whole social community thing. And you guys can comment on this if you feel this way. But do you ever feel like you go to a website like Armor Kitmaker, and then you want to make a comment in this section, but then you go, oh, but I gotta register, or I gotta figure out what my password was. I don't know if I ever registered on this site. And Facebook and YouTube and Google, obviously Google and YouTube are the same thing. They don't have that problem because you're usually already logged in on Facebook to use it. And you're obviously sometimes logged in with Google when you go to YouTube, so you can comment there as well. But I get and I don't mean this in a negative way because I do it myself, but I guess we've gotten lazy that we don't want to log in and register on websites anymore. So we've just seen a lot less people. We see a lot more. We see as many people on our websites using them as we ever have, and our numbers are fine there. But in terms of community interaction, sometimes it does seem to indicate that people just, there must be something, that's like preventing them from making a comment where they would have or something. And that's the only thing I can think of, is that people, well, they probably, they're just not, we don't force people to log in and use the site that way like Facebook does or YouTube to some degree. So yeah, it's just, we don't get the same kind of level of interaction sometimes. Like, there'll probably be more posts on YouTube on this video than there will be on our website, which is one of the most heavily trafficked Armor websites on the web. So yeah, again, it doesn't quite make sense. Anyways, well, thanks for sticking around for that. And again, our thanks to Rye Field Model for sending us this sample direct. And we'll be passing it over to Adam for the full build. And stay tuned for that. And we'll see you next time on Cracking the Box.